What's up everybody, this is Matt Parsons at Beating BPI. This is just a short little video to show you some things that I do in the gym. So this is part one, I'll be doing part two soon. I don't get into the gym as much as I'd like to because I've got a 5-month-old baby, but when I do, these are sort of the things that I adapt to using different pieces of equipment and showing stretches and things like that. So again, everyone does things slightly differently, but hopefully you'll find some of these things quite useful. So to start with, I just wanted to show again the range of movement that I've got in my left arm. So, you know, I can't turn it all the way over and it doesn't fully sort of extend, and obviously it doesn't go straight above my head as well. Can't get my arm behind my back. So if I want to do that, I just sort of swing it behind, and there you go, there's another view of that as well. Again, I can't turn the wrist over, and my sort of finger movement, obviously I can't move it as fast as my right one. So this is quite a nice thing for me, just to sort of warm up the muscles and to kind of stretch the arm out. So it sort of stretches the muscles in my shoulders a little bit, and also in my elbow. There's something I'm a little bit self-conscious of, is that sort of angle. So things like this can sort of help just sort of loosen up the muscles a little bit. It's just something that sort of feels good as well, which is obviously a good thing. So I usually sort of just start off in the gym using this, and then sometimes I sort of pull the band towards me as well, and sort of kind of like try and build some muscles. So you can see there how sort of what the movement's like when I sort of put my hand over my head. So this is quite a nice stretch actually. This is just sort of pulling it down a little bit. And it feels quite nice, to be honest. Like, it starts off feeling quite stiff, but then you do this for a few minutes and it sort of loosens up and it feels a lot looser. So again, I normally start doing the stretches before I go straight into the weights, because obviously that's gonna not be particularly good. Now this is a funny exercise. So this is really just designed to try and get rid of that bend in the elbow. So that's just a cardboard tube, so you could actually use whatever you can find, and I'm pushing with my right hand, and I'm pushing sort of down to the floor from that elbow, and you can see already actually it's starting to loosen up a little bit, and it's sort of getting rid of that angle a little bit. Now you need to do this quite regularly if you want to sort of keep it looking a little bit straighter. Now I'm a bit guilty, I don't sort of go to the gym as much as I'd like to, but you know, I think if I do this more regularly, then I'm definitely going to see the results. So this exercise is actually stuff that I'm doing as a general workout anyway. So this is a core exercise, which is a video that I found on YouTube. So this is actually working my left hand as well. I've got a medicine ball there with a handle, because, you know, maybe some people that have got Erb's palsy aren't going to be able to hold the ball particularly well. So this is actually really good because it's got a handle there. Again, I'm holding that over my head, so it's actually the weight of the ball is actually helping with that stretch as well that I was doing earlier. So this is actually quite a good one. So it's working my core, and it's also working my Erb's palsy side. I'm not in particularly good shape at the moment, so I apologise for that. But like I said, I've got a 5-month-old baby, so I can't really get there as much as I'd like to. So this is another one, again just another core exercise, like a sit-up exercise, and I'm sort of throwing the ball up in the air and just sort of catching it. So it's a bit like a sit-up really, but again, it can work your left arm as well. So this one here, I'm just you see I haven't actually got any weights on this, and all I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm not bothered about necessarily building up muscles. It's just getting the arm moving and getting sort of muscles fired up, and so that's just simply the bar. And I'm trying to keep it as straight as I can, because obviously with the right hand it's going to be a lot more dominant. So I'm really just trying to focus on doing really slow, and you see there I've sort of coming down at an angle. So yeah, if you're going to do this sort of stuff, I think, you know, trying to work on form and don't try and push it too much, because I've tried to do that before and I've really sort of hurt muscles, and I've pulled other muscles because I'm overcompensating with my other side. Now this, I've never been able to do pull-ups, and I was watching a video about being able to do pull-ups and ways of doing it. So they sort of said this is a good way of doing it. So actually taking your weight and just lowering yourself down. So as you can see, I'm sort of standing on the edge of the bench press, and actually this time I'm just sort of hanging there as well, and that actually feels really good on my shoulder as well. So I'm just taking my own weight. This is a good one for core. Really not very good at this, so I'm just holding myself up and just keeping my legs out. But yeah, I did notice when I was going to the gym more regularly, I did notice actually that I was starting to lift myself up a little bit more. Now this is a really good one for your triceps, because my triceps don't really work particularly well. So I've got a really light weight in my left hand, and you see I've got nothing in my right hand, because if I have a heavy weight in my right hand, then again I'm using that side a lot more than my left side. So I figured I'll get rid of that weight and just do this one with my left side. Just trying to extend that out fully. But again, it works quite well. I apologise if you hear any dogs barking or babies screaming behind me. I can't seem to get 5 minutes of peace in a minute. This is a really nice one as well. So this is using both my left and my right arm, and just bringing it back over my head, bringing it to the centre. So it's I've noticed actually that works quite well. My right hand side can sort of dominate quite a bit. So again, this is another one sort of working my triceps sort of areas. It's quite a common exercise, this one is. Again, using a reasonably light weight there. Again, I'm not trying to bulk up and look absolutely massive. What I'm trying to do is just kind of get those muscles working and try and loosen the muscles up as well with all the stretches. I don't want to be massive. It's not about that. It's just about exercising the arm and working with what you've got. Now, if I do push-ups, what I usually do is I've got a push-up bar at home. I hadn't done it. I got to a point when I could do 13 push-ups, but I hadn't been going to the gym for a long time, so you can see I'm sort of struggling a bit there to do any more than 2 or 3. The same with the core here, so sort of pushing out and then wheeling back. Because I can't straighten the arm out, this one gets a little bit difficult. And as you can see, I'm actually pushing round to the left a little bit, my left, when I'm doing this. And it's the first time I've been in the gym for a while, so not doing particularly well. So this is quite a good exercise as well. So just get the muscles moving, just sort of swinging that up and down with the kettle weight. So doing sort of squats as well, so that's obviously good for legs, but I find this one doesn't really do too much for my arm. So obviously I've got that behind my neck there. It's not really working my arm too much, but I do have to be careful when I'm sort of putting it back on the racks and stuff like that, because it's with a lack of movement it can be a bit precarious. So I just need to be a little bit careful when I'm doing this. What I usually do here as well is when I finish, just stretch my arm out. So I'm just sort of pulling on the weights there and just stretching the arm out again. So this one, I just put this on sort of the lightest setting again, just trying to make sure that I stay true to form as I can. Obviously you can see sort of my left arm is sort of winging out a little bit, but that's all I can do. I can't do it accurately like you're supposed to, but I'm doing it, which is the main thing. But I'm just doing this with my left arm at the minute, and then I'm using my right hand just to kind of help bring it back that extra little bit more. So I guess over time, the more I do that, the further I'll be able to move it backwards. It's just a matter of just keep chipping away at it. Okay, same with this as well. So I'm just pushing forwards. I sort of use it on the down grip rather than the across grip, just because I can't really hold it that way. So this sort of works for me. So again, that's the lightest weight. I think sometimes people get a little bit self-conscious the fact they're in the gym, and they're pushing the lightest weight. I know I did. I used to get quite self-conscious about that. But at the end of the day, I'm I'm trying my best. Now that's working really, really hard. I'm working those muscles really, really hard, and the more I work them, the stronger they're going to get. It's just a matter of dedicating time to it. But anyway, I hope this helped. There's just a few things. So this is part 1, and keep your eyes open for part 2.